What about this, Phil? Last week.
Nice. Looks tricky.
New South Wales Golf Course.
How was it?
Nice.
Did you golf at all?
Yeah, I played this morning, yeah.
Did you?
Oh, what'd you play off?
Jeez, you're up, bloody hell.
What'd you play off?
My handicap?
Yeah.
13.
Where did you play?
Wembley, which is like a little public
Wembley?
course about 20 minutes away, yeah.
It's nice little course, that.
It is, yeah, 40
Playing
bucks.
at Wembley.
Because you're Sydney-based, aren't you? Have you played New South Wales?
Yeah, I have. Not since we've redone it, though.
David Warner played last week in the Wednesday comp, 25 points. 25.
I've been chewed up and spat out at New South Wales before.
What's Dave you play off?
I think he's on 5, is he? 5 or 6. Good player.
solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
25 points, had a dodgy day out.
Punchy.
Got to keep it low, it's windy.
Punchy.
Very nice, but that's a nice touch, isn't it? Look,
I like
comes
that.
in at the Ashes.
Yeah, nice.
Ashes Tour 2025-26. Well, you've been up to us.
Not
Bit of
playing
time
golf. Not playing golf. Chasing kids. Doing the home duties, you know, before
Oh,
the
nice. Nice.
school runs, after school sport.
Getting a bit of credit in.
Yeah, a few brownie points.
Get it in the bank. When did you arrive?
Yesterday. Yesterday, Mike flew in.
You do the direct?
No,
London to
no,
Perth?
stopped off in Doha,
Okay.
which was, didn't see too much of
The
it.
direct flight's a beauty.
Yeah,
Loads of fans on your plane, Phil.
loads, Mike.
I came 2 weeks ago. There was obviously none on them.
They kept annoying me a little bit. I was just getting my head down in my little suite.
Sweet. You had a sweet.
A little suite.
Was that on stick to cricket?
Yeah.
You're giving him a sweet.
And they kept popping their head over the door like that, going, Phil, what do you think the score's going to be? I was getting a little bit miffed by the end of it, actually. But no, they're very excited on the plane,
40,000
mate.
coming out, aren't
Huh?
40,000?
Oh, mate, there's millions of
It's
them.
unbelievable.
Millions. It's going to be full.
Well, this is going to be full. What does this hold? 60?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the side screens, it'll be just under, but yeah, about 60.
All right,
yeah.
58,000. I reckon 4.
20.
I bet it won't be far off 50-50.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, last year against India, it would have been, what, 45,000? And there was a lot of
Most
Indian
Indians.
support. Yeah. I reckon that the expats are coming over for this one as well. The Barmy Army are in fine voice.
There was
What's that pub called? The Lucky Shag.
Really?
It's called the Lucky Shag.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
down-
Well, you'll have been in there.
I have
Dude,
been
in
to
the
Lucky
back in
Shag.
the day, yeah.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Any good?
It's a decent spot, though, isn't it?
Nah, it's average.
Quite little creatures.
The lucky shit.
Did you get
Stone and wood.
What's the shag?
Is that what you're getting there, do you?
I reckon you can get. You can get one in that place we were in last night.
Yeah, it did. What did I have last night, Phil? I was on the Silvers.
Heineken Silver.
Yeah,
the,
that's
the local
low
stuff.
carbs.
Low carbs.
Low carbs.
What, if you're in training?
You got us on the tequila.
Yeah.
It's just a climate.
Well, I had to push
climate
through.
adapting to Perth.
Yeah, I had to push through, get rid of the jet lag.
Did it work?
Feel all right? Yeah, no, I feel all right this morning.
Should we start the show?
Come on.
Before we get started, I want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Betfair. Remember to like and subscribe and enjoy the show.
Lots of things begin with an S over here that can kill you. Sharks. Spiders. Snakes.
Plenty.
Steve Smith.
Do the Aussies like Bazball, Tom? Do you like Bazball?
I do, but I think it irks the Aussie public. I think that is bang on, yeah, for sure.
Ben called a few of us has-beens. Well, I'm happy with the has-beens.
At least you've been. At least you've been.
Not been. What are you?
Bean. A baked bean.
Root rot. The dud does it again. Out for one against a team of pommy rejects.
This feels to me like bit of an end of an era in the Ashes. So you look at guys like Steve Smith, Usman Khawaja. They played in the 2010-11 Ashes.
It's a glaring opportunity. An opportunity that England... I think England have to take this week.
Yeah.
They have to come out and win.
Got to be sort of patient early. Once you get in and get set and get used to the pace, then you can start to force. But Tuffers is actually right.
What do you mean, actually?
It's great to have you on, Michael Hussey, Tommy Decent.
Thank you. Great to
Thanks
be
for
here.
joining us. Will Macpherson, you've been on the Ashes debate before. You know exactly how this show rolls.
Yeah.
Go with the flow, Tuffers.
Hello, mate.
Great to see you.
And you.
First and foremost, Kat, I'll come to you. What do you make of this?
This is nice.
This stadium.
What a place this
The
is.
Wacker is the old
used to love
history
the
where we
Wacker.
used to look, but what about this?
This is modern, up to date, mate. It looks well. We got what a view this is, by the way. Quietly, last time I played at the Wacker, it's 45 degrees.
And with
1990, it was.
We're 3 days out. You can look down and see the 22 yards. That'll be
Looks a bit green.
the pitch on Friday. From your experience, Phil, you look down. What do you see?
Well, it's still 22 yards, mate. It's only 22 yards. Yeah, it looks a little bit fruity, doesn't it?
What
Looks a
about
little
these
bit fruity.
conditions? What about the clouds?
English conditions, we like this, but we haven't got any English bowlers. We've all gone for the pace. We've gone for pace and bounce. Perhaps we need a little few English boys just to pitch it up at the top of off stump.
Yeah. Huss, what do you make of the kind of squad England have brought out? It's completely... I kind of look back at when I played here and you needed a load of pace.
Yeah.
You needed express pace. We didn't have it back in the day. Whereas in the last 2 or 3 years in Australia, the pitches have done all sorts. And you've almost needed the Anderson Broad Woke style bowler.
Yeah.
You know, Boland's been exceptional. Hazelwood's been exceptional.
Well, they've obviously identified pace and bounce is the key in Australia. And Australia do have pace and bounce, or they have had over the last few years. You know, Cummins, Stark, Hazelwood, all decent pace.
Sharp.
and got that extra bounce as well. So it is a good sort of theory, but you still have to bowl well in Australian conditions. You can have all the pace you want, but if you are off, you can go the journey and you can get scored against really quickly. So that's going to be the challenge. I mean, the pitches in the last few years, though, have been really green. Ooh. And so the skillful bowlers, and so that's where the Aussies have been very fortunate. You've got Stark, Hazelwood and Cummins, very skillful bowlers with pace and bounce as well. So you need both. Yeah. You can't just afford just to have pace and bounce, because if you don't get it right, you're going to go. But it's going to be fascinating. I mean, I'm looking forward to watching the Aussie batsmen hop around a bit, because... You know, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of bouncers bowled. There's going to be fielders back. It's going to be exciting cricket.
They'll go to that early.
Well, they have done in recent times. As soon as a partnership's developed, generally Stokesy goes to the theory.
They're not very subtle with it, are they? Either they go all in, no slips, just 5 men back or whatever.
And how long will they stick with that plan for? Like,
until it gets a wicket. Honestly, he just keeps going.
I think in the summer India played it well. They didn't kind of take the bait.
Gill just playing it down.
Yeah, they played it down, took away the egos. And I think that's the key when someone goes to that tactic. If you put your egos to one side, I mean, if Australia went to that tactic with the England side, which happened in 23 at Lords.
Yeah, I mean, the Aussies think it's a safe option. We interviewed Brendan Doggett yesterday. He said, I actually think it's a safe option out here, Optus Stadium, very long square. So, I mean, it's definitely something they're talking
so many of the England players, especially like the younger guys, Harry Brook, Jamie Smith, they're genuinely compulsive hookers. Like they will... Brook got out on 99, do you remember hooking at Headingley in the summer? And Smith got out, Edgbaston doing it against India. Even he played beautifully that game, but they just will keep going. They hit 2 sixes and then the third one.
Well, you just look at the size of the bounce.
It's enormous.
That's a par 3 for me. That's a par 3.
But the other thing, Vaughanie, is if they're going to stick to it for as long as it takes to get a wicket, like think of this 5 Test match series. Fast bowlers that haven't played a lot of Test cricket, that's going to be hard on the body. The Aussie sun is different to the English sun. The Aussie pitches are hard as well. Yeah. To be able to maintain that, to come in and just bowl bouncer after bouncer after bouncer for hour after hour, that'll take its
Well, they've
toll.
got to adapt, haven't they? They've got to be smart, you know, especially if the pitches are like that.
Have they got it in them to be smart, Phil?
I think they have.
Have they?
Yeah, I think they've just tweaked it a bit, haven't they? They've tweaked it a bit. I don't think they're just going to come steaming in. They're better bowlers than that, the English boys.
Tom, chief correspondent for the Sydney Morning Herald. I think you were the breaking story man of Josh Hazelwood. Huss just mentioned the bodies. You know, Josh plays 1 4-day game on the back of a few T20s, a few 50 overs, and his string's a bit tight. You look at both teams, and England haven't really had much cricket. They like this preparation style. They've done it for the last few years. They pretty much go away from home to New Zealand, to Pakistan. They play golf. They play 1 couple of day game, 2.5 days, and then they get straight into the Test match. Yeah. But it has to be a risk on the bodies, isn't it?
Absolutely. Like, it's a catch-22. Australia wanted to get Josh a final bowler in that Shield game, and he goes, and Sean Abbott as well, who's out for longer with a hammy as well. Ruined my pub session on Saturday when Hazelwood got called out. Yeah, unfortunately had to file on that. But duty calls. But very tough one. Obviously, clearly, I don't know if he'll be back for the second Test as well. He's obviously not in Perth at the moment. I think what happens in this first Test might dictate what Pat Cummins does. We saw him bowling in the nets this week and looking pretty good, Will.
Yeah, I could not believe how far along he looked. I mean, back in England, we've kind of heard everything.
He's not
everything from he's out of the series to he could have played here, and he looked great. He looked like he could have played here, but he's obviously he needs some bowling.
Yeah,
well, Huss, I don't want you to give us any of the inside secrets because you've been with the Aussies, but you were there watching Cummins yesterday. He looked.
I did have a quick chat to him, and he said his body's feeling great. and he steamed in off the long run. Poor old Jake Weatherald trying to impress, trying to get himself a test match. And Pat Cummins has had it on a string. I don't think he got bat on him for about an hour. So Pat Cummins looked really good, but it's just he hasn't played much at all really for the last, how long?
Since the Windies.
When was that, July?
6 months.
July.
So he'll just build it up slowly. I think they'll be pushing hard for the second test. If he's not quite got that sort of volume behind him, definitely solid for Adelaide in the third test.
Yeah.
I think they would back the bowlers they've got in Brisbane in a pink ball game, even if it's not Pat. And obviously, Josh out is a factor as well, but I think maybe in Adelaide and a day game, that's someone you might want to rely on. But again, pink ball game's probably not going to go as long. Is that a better introduction for him? I don't know, but I think it will be dictated by the results.
There's long gaps now as well, aren't there? The series starts quite slowly, and then it get to Adelaide, it's like bang, bang, bang to finish it off.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair.
What's this new fella like, Doggett? What can we expect? What does he bring to the party?
He was a carpenter when he was 20, so
Oh, well, that's
that's
handy.
what I like about
he
it.
can come round to my kitchen.
No, he could.
Chippy had
They're hard to find, you know.
They are. a nice, a proper one. You know what I mean?
Is he good at?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Measure
good.
twice, cut once.
Oh, I'm going to be nice to him.
Yeah.
Come round a bit of work at the house.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you doing?
Sandpaper. What's it
He's-
called?
A bit early, Phil. We've got a few weeks off. We've got another 7 weeks here, Phil. Leave it till Sydney, that one.
No, I was playing
But
it.
he's just a salt to the earth Queenslander who's plied his
Good,
trade,
yeah.
took a bag of wickets for Queensland, went down to South Australia, averaging 14 or 15 in the Shield this year. Like, he's ready. He's been in the Test squad for the first time in 2018, so he's been around the setup at
What
times.
pace are we talking?
140 for sure. Huss would know a little bit more, but yeah, everyone you talk to, he is the clear next cabin, in the rank.
He's a good bowler, very good bowler. I mean, the challenge for him, I think he's ready as well to play Test cricket. He's got the skill, he knows his game, he's got experience in first-class cricket. The challenge for him is coming in for your first Test match. There's so much hype, Ashes series, it's all the external distractions. How do you deal with that? You can't prepare anyone for that, And to come in your very first game, deal with all the external stuff, the extra media, the extra crowds, the hype of the fans, etc. That's going to be the challenge. So, but I think he seems like a very level-headed guy, and I wish him all the best. I think he'll do well.
Well, it was just a funny story. He said he was waiting to bat when Hazelwood got injured and Travis Heads walked in, is in a separate Shield game, and Head said, "You're in, mate. Like, Hazelwood's down, you're going to play." And he said he was completely rattled trying to bat. Says he's a little bit more calm now in Perth, but
Does he bat a bit?
No, not really.
No.
So
Not yet.
So Australia could have Stark at 8,
Yeah.
Oh,
Boland, Doggett, Lyon, or you can kind of mix those.
Lyon's
I mean,
both-
Starkey definitely has 8, and the last 3 are kind of pick out of a hat.
As a theory, could Australia go to frontline quicks with Lyon and then play Green and Webster as your all-rounders to beef up the batting? Now, that's left field and it leaves you a little bit exposed. I don't think they will do it, but it's definitely been talked about.
Well, I
That's
actually think
green
that
pitches.
I think though the selection of the number 8s for both teams will be quite revealing. So if Australia go for Webster, pack the batting, utility ball, and go with the 2 quicks and Nathan. If England go Will Jacks at 8, purely to pack the batting and offer only a little bit of off spin, that tells you that England's slightly concerned about the batting. So the selections of the number 8s is quite revealing for me this week.
Yeah, I just like going your 6 specialist batsmen, your best batsmen in the country, get your 4 best bowlers. You still got to take 20 wickets as well. Don't just feel your way trying to and have a bet each way. I just think you've got to go your best team. And so it is a little bit of a long tail if you've got Stark at 8, but you're backing your top 6 to get most of your runs.
spinner
Plus
play here.
Carey.
Spinner play here.
I'd play Nathan Lyon for sure. His record here is outstanding. He loves the extra bounce.
Yeah.
He's I think he averages 21 or something with the ball here.
Nice.
So he's definitely in for me.
And the skipper's knocked that narrative on the head. It'll bubble up whether Australia might try and play 4 quicks in a test, but Pat said that Nathan will play. Obviously, Nathan got dropped for the last test Australia played in the West Indies in Kingston on an absolute diabolical deck with the pink Duke, so let's not go there again.
So Starkey just ripped through him, and
Incredible.
pretty much does with a pink ball. Doggett's skills, what is it that he primarily brings? Just to give him half a chance of us. Is it outswing? Is it nip? Is it wobble seam? What's he got?
Well, he's quite tall, but skinny sort of guy. Comes from a nice height, hits the seam a little bit. I think his natural shape would be to go away from the right-hander a little bit. But just a good, honest, hard bowler. Bowls good areas. hits the pitch nice and hard. If there's any movement there, and he's relentless, like the old Hazelwood of, he's like a bit of a clone of Hazelwood, really. He'll just come in and just bash away. And
last thing we need to hear.
Don't like the sound of that. Yeah.
We don't like clones of Hazelwood.
Before we get on to some of the headlines, Scott Boland, 2023 at Edgbaston, England decided to go for him. Played a few ramp shots, charged at him.
Yeah.
But I was kind of thinking back to that test match and think, but wait a minute, there was one night where the clouds came in and England were batting. I think it was the third evening, and suddenly Boland bowled a spell.
Got both. Yeah.
And the ball was nipping around. It looked like he was going to get a wicket every single ball. Number one, Phil, I'll ask you.
Go on.
How are England going to challenge Boland? What are they going to do to him?
I think they'll look to use the feet to him. I do. That's what they did when they did in England, didn't I? Listen, the average is about 12 over here, aren't they? I think they'll look to come at him. It's the only way this top 7 play, isn't it, Mike? And I think they're going to look to get after him a little bit and put some pressure on him, and then the likes of Doggett are going to have to
Will
really...
Boland take the new ball, or will it be Doggett if he plays?
It's a good question. Don't know. I'd probably say Doggett and Stark, but I'm guessing.
Because I think it's that first spell of Boland, whoever he's bowling to, could decide quite a lot of the series. Because if England come out and play him well and get on top of him, but if he suddenly goes bosh.
I think the challenge for Boland's going to be, in the last few years, he's been the backup guy. Yep. Anytime Hazelwood needs a break or there's been an injury, Pat Cummins, whatever, he's come in mid-series and had massive impact on these pitches. But he's unbelievable on these pitches. He just finds a movement. It's not going to be that easy just to say, let's just put him under pressure and just smash him off his length, because he will find any movement in the pitch there. But I think the challenge for him is, now he's in the series, Test 1, and probably looking to play the whole series. That's a different dynamic for Scott Boland. He's normally come in as the little bit less pressure, come in as a replacement guy, and oh wow, how good Scott Boland. But now he's got to be, one of the main men. So I'm going to be fascinated to see how he handles that extra
And what's
pressure.
his fitness like?
Good. Yeah, he has actually battled with a knee injury over the last few years, but I had a good chat to him a few months ago, and he's managed to get all pain out of his knee now, and he feels his best he's ever felt in his career. So he's excited for the summer.
The most interesting battle for the Australia-West Sydney stuff was the Boland versus Labuschagne at the back of the nets. Like when the 11s were on, that was some serious viewing for that month, because most that weren't in the 11. Is a nightmare to face in the middle, let alone the nets for Boland.
And Labuschagne's just found a bit of form in state cricket. Do you expect him to carry on?
Is he up too early? I don't know.
I don't know. Has he?
Best when fresh.
I mean, I read a few quotes that the Aussies have told him to play a little bit more. Is it aggressively, or they want him to get on with it a bit more?
Yeah, well, he's definitely changed his mentality. Yeah. I think over the last couple of years, it's been more around just look to bat time, bat for survival, just hang in there and survive, and that doesn't work. And I think a player needs to go through that sort of thing to come out the other side. So for Queensland and Sheffield Shield cricket, he's been a lot more aggressive, scoring at a much better rate. And even he has sort of said, I want to come out and just be free, play my shots, look to score runs. And I think so that change in mentality has been really positive.
He looked kind of wrapped up in himself, I thought. The World Test Championship final, and watching him back, it was like he's thinking about his own technique, his own game, rather than the game situation around him. If he's got back to that player, even as recently as the 23 Ashes, he didn't have a great series, but without his 100 at Old Trafford, I mean, people talk about the rate, but he got 100 there.
He went at it a bit more, didn't he, at Old Trafford?
Yeah.
He danced down and whacked the spinner a few
Bit more
times.
Bazball-y.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Do the Aussies like Bazball? Do you like Bazball?
I do, but I think it irks the Aussie public. I think that is bang on, for sure. But it's good fun.
What is it that riles them?
I don't know. I would lack of wins maybe over that time,
There's a lot of traditionalists over here, Well, you've got plenty in your country as well.
Absolutely.
And they love the game to be played properly, like take your time.
We love it.
Build an innings and bat long periods and see the big scores. But it's exciting for cricket, The game's
You like
moving
Bazball,
forward.
don't you?
I like it, but I would have struggled with it. I would have struggled if the coaches are saying to me, come on, you've got to get on with it all the time. What if someone's bowling well, Sometimes you've got to work your way through a tough spell.
Got to
absorb a little bit of pressure. That's what I love about Test cricket. Sometimes you've got your opportunity to dominate, and then sometimes you're just going to have to soak up a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
So
That's where they've changed it a little.
And talking about at the top of the order, Weatherall will play.
Yeah.
What do we expect? I mean, he's been around the traps for a while. He's been playing state cricket for many, many years. Big Bash played nicely for a number of years. But this is different. Walking out there on Friday, it's going to be different.
Oof.
I mean, a few years ago, though, he was playing Tassie too, so he hasn't, he's had his ups and downs for sure. Made 900 runs in the Shield last year, an incredible season on the back of that. doing reasonable this year. Hasn't made enormous runs. Hasn't made a century in the Shield this year. But clearly next man up. He's a bit of a lad. Goes about his business. Pat likes the way he goes and takes the game on. So I think he will be more your Warner style opener. And then questions around Aussie too. He's a bit thin on runs.
If Constas hadn't been moved on, do you think Uzi would have been more under pressure? If you see what I mean, you can't change both openers on the even Ashes series. But if Constas had been fine, would they have looked at Uzi?
Maybe. I mean, after the Windies, Andrew McDonald came out straight away the day after the tour when everyone was playing golf and said, we are sticking with Uzi for the first Ashes test. Good as gold. But I think if he doesn't make runs in the first 2 tests, we'll see.
I mean, both top threes probably are going to decide the Ashes. Because England's top 3.
Love Ducky. Love little Ducky.
Ben Ducky's he's got a little bit of genius at times in the way that he plays. Then you've got Zach, averages 30, but he'll come out and be aggressive. And then you've got Ollie Pope, got runs this last week, starts tours well historically and then kind of fades away. I'll be intrigued to see how both top 3 go. You've got Marnus for Australia, you've got Weatherald, you've got Husband under pressure.
Yeah.
Whichever top 3s kind of not survive, but can last a long period of time to allow the number 4s to come in a bit deeper, and then the number 5s, both Brook and Head, if they're coming in, inside the first 15 overs.
Plus, what do you think about the idea of Marnus opening and playing Green and Webster in the same side?
I don't like it. No, I don't like it because I think opening is such a specialised role. We should learn our lesson from last year. We tried Nathan McSweeney, who bats number 3 and 4 for South Australia. Very good player. Put him up at opening against someone like Bumrah with a new ball. We're not setting him up for success. So I think Marnus feels so much more comfortable at 3. It's where he's made all his runs for Queensland for Australia. So I personally like just leaving him there and playing the specialist opener.
The even bigger problem is Green. As much as Marnus isn't an opener, Green's surely not a 3 as well. He just doesn't feel like a 3. He might be a 4 in the long term. Definitely could be a 5 or 6, but just doesn't feel like a 3. I think England would love if Australia open with Marnus, Green at 3, like that kind of opportunity to access Smith early is what they crave, as you say. Both teams, 4 and 5, are actually very similar in style as well. Smith and Root were kind of great, the 2 great players, and then Head and Brook are the kind of
there was definitely
flyers.
some types in the Australian setup who asked Smith whether he would bat 3, and I think that was knocked on the head pretty quickly.
He's been around a bit, though, hasn't he? He went up to open for a little bit and then back to 4. So.
Where do you rate this series in terms of anticipation?
Oh, right up there. Right up there, isn't it, Mike?
Right up there?
Yeah,
I think so. It feels massive. It feels, when I've been in Sydney for 2 weeks down the Cooch, and little Jack Horner's on the corner there. Not often you get talking about cricket, but even the bar staff at Little Jack's is talking cricket.
The hype is as big as I have ever remembered for an Ashes series.
Yeah.
This has been unbelievable. I mean, I've been here in Perth and everyone is so excited for this first game. It's sold out first 3 days. Everywhere you go, people just cannot stop talking about it. So the hype's been massive over here.
Well, and you guys, from your desks, your bosses, your editors, they'll be saying, "Come on, liven it up, jazz it up."
Yeah.
Absolutely, we're waiting for some barbs. It'd be nice if England fired a few shots this week.
It's sort of intention. It feels like they're intentionally not firing any shots, but they start talking today, so you know.
No profile.
It's
no
been
profile.
quiet. Well, Ben called a few of us has-beens. Well, I'm happy with the has-been. At least I've been.
At least you've been.
Not been. What are you?
Bean, but baked bean.
Never been.
Never. Oh, well,
No, you have, Phil. I mean, you've got a tremendous record here.
I've got a good record here.
You got 3 for here, day one, didn't you?
Think so.
94.
Think so. Doink.
Yeah.
Just went like that, and they're punching it off the face.
Who was your bunny? You got Junior out a few times, didn't you, Mark Waugh? You got him a few times?
It's not a few.
He got a few against you,
He got a few.
You got him out through the legs at Lord's, didn't you, when he was on 99?
No, that was at the Gabba.
Gabba, was it?
Yes.
You got him out of the Oval.
Oh, I did. No, it was at Lord's, through the legs.
Didn't you get
I got him out through the legs a couple of times.
Doesn't mention that, does he?
Got him out through the
he gets
legs
quiet.
a couple of times.
But you got 6 for at the Oval, didn't you?
7th.
7th, yeah. What year was that?
God knows, Mike.
But the crowd used to get stuck in you for your fielding. That was
Absolutely,
the
yes,
that was what I remember as a kid watching you play.
As a kid,
Oh no!
It's just a little youngster watching.
with your milk and your cookie. Happy days, mate. As you said, 45 degrees we played there in 91.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it was hot.
Right, as usual, when England rock into town, of course, this is your paper, isn't it? The Western Australia.
It's not my
it's your
paper, no.
So
Yeah,
we're gearing it as your paper.
I don't read
So
this paper.
just a few headlines. Let's look at that one. Root rot. The dud does it again. England's great Ashes hope falls deeper into Perth hoodoo. Out for one against a team of pommy rejects. So that's one headline.
What's a dud root, guys? Can you explain what a dud root is?
What do you think it means?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I guess. I have no idea. It's just an English play.
Sounds like Shane Warne's commentary. He used to say, what do we got today? Have we got a slow route or a...
Yeah. Here's another one. Average Joe.
What about his luggage?
Oh, well, it's golf clubs.
Was it?
Well, what did you think it was?
I thought it was like his
Christmas
I thought it
tree.
was like my nan's bags, you know what I mean?
Hello, his golf clubs.
How will Joe Root, will he read all this stuff and like laugh at it, or will he take it on board and say, right, I'll stick it up your... Like,
Bit of both.
I think he's very focused here.
Cool. Yeah,
I don't think he needs these headlines to
you don't
be
need that
driven.
to motivate you, surely.
So average Joe, average in Australia 36, average in Perth 14, centuries on our turf none. So that's your paper. Oh, there's another one here, your paper. Bazball, England's cocky captain complainer, still smarting from Creasegate, lands in Perth early thinking dopey Bazball can take the Ashes. Again, that's your paper. What do you make of it?
They've had to eat humble pie quite a few times. I remember the Big Bash. They absolutely bagged an opposition team. Might have been the Melbourne Stars, actually. And they came in here and sure enough, they lost the game, or they sort of got knocked out of the tournament, and poor old West Australian had to eat their humble pie. So,
There's more. There's more. Ben Stokes sitting at practice.
Sitting duck?
Sitting duck. England captain cuts a lonely figure at first Ashes net session in Perth with with most of his arrogant teammates not even bothering to turn up yet.
Haven't even turned up.
Look, on the back page. He's got front and back page. Back page, no balls.
There's not a lot going on in Perth.
England captain has first net in Perth but isn't ready to bowl yet.
This is exactly what the paper wants. They've won already. Yeah. Now this is going to go out to millions and millions of people around the world, and then they've
got another one. Look, the Western Australian again. A green monster. Book cocky tourists skip practice to play golf instead.
They're in the buggy.
There's been some cameras hiding in the bushes this week in Perth, apparently.
Few long lenses.
Yeah.
I better close my
As
curtain.
journos, what do you make? Do you just think, we just take it as a pinch of salt? It's all part of the theatre. It's a bit of pantomime.
Bit of fun, and it'd be interesting to see how the West Australian respond if England win this week. As you say, the humble pie. India, they did the same with India last year, I seem to remember. Kohli was mocked up as a clown and things like that, and by the end of the test, they were kind of apologising pretty much.
It is painted as the Australian media when it is one newspaper. You know what I mean? So I do love that the attacks come at us, but it's good fodder. I'm just going to see the journalists this week. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that might be
What's the one in Brisbane?
Courier Mail.
Yeah, they blacked out Broady. Yeah.
That's right.
That's good. England are using... Well, you'll tell me. They're using the All Black site guy.
Gilbert Anoka.
Yeah, I've listened to him on a high-performance podcast this morning.
Yeah,
He's
the guy who's like credited with coming up with the All Blacks no dickhead policy.
Right.
They got walloped at
That
the
being great
weekend.
bloke.
It's not working for the rugby.
Again, we're a couple of months
He
late.
was around in the summer for the India tour. He's been with them here in Perth as well. It'd be interesting to see what he's kind of been.
And is he with the England side for?
I don't think he's coming. I don't
tour?
think he's doing the whole tour. But he's doing. So if he drops in for a week or two here. He's Baz's old mate.
Right. Okay. We saw actually downstairs Adam Hollyoak.
Yep, Smokes.
He's with the England side.
Yeah.
What else have they got with him? They've got David Saker's back, the bowling coach.
Yeah,
He was with England in 2010 and 11.
Oh,
Tim
nice.
Albert
Were you in
still
that
there.
series, Huss?
I played that series.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Enough said.
What do you remember? Because that's what we're all kind of. We're looking at. People say, "Oh, it could be like 05 this series."
How
We're
are we
looking
gonna
at
win?
2010 and 11, thinking England came here with a top seven that was quite consistent.
Yeah.
This side's arrived, although they're a more flamboyant batting unit, but they've been consistent with their selection for quite a while. This is the top seven that we've seen.
That's why we see Pope at 3. That's why they couldn't.
And they had a bowling attack, which was the likes of Jimmy, Graham Swan, Tim Bresnan, Tremlett, Steve Finn.
Broad played as
Broady
well.
played and then
Played
went
2
home.
tests, yeah.
What do you remember of that series? Could you tell early in the series that England were ready for that kind of victory?
It's a good question. I've been thinking about this a lot and thinking about the preparation side of things. So for one, that England team had stuck together for a number of years. So they were They were a good, strong group, good players that had been together. The second thing they did, and I don't know, it's going to be a hindsight thing, but when they came to Australian shores, they played about 4 or 5 first-class games before that series.
Oh dear.
And they were used to the conditions. And I felt to go and play county cricket in England. It used to take me 3 or 4 weeks just to get used to the pitches, you know. It's the same coming to Australia. It's not, you can't just fly in and think, oh yeah, I'm going to be fine here on these pitches. Plus they've sent England out to Lilac Hill, which is a beautiful, beautiful ground.
Lovely.
But it's a club ground.
Yeah.
It's not going to have the same pace and bounce as this sort of pitch. So I felt like England prepared unbelievably well for that 2010 series. The batters were just in nick. They were used to the conditions, and they just battered us. You know, they just battered and battered and battered and battered, and wore us down. The last thing you want to be doing in an Ashes series is trying to figure out how to play on the conditions. And it gets to Test 3, and you're, oh, okay, now I'm starting to hit my straps. You know, you want to hit the ground running. But I understand that the schedule, the way it is, the landscape's a lot different now, that they like to come in, just do what they've been doing and then get on with it. But I mean, I think it's a risk, but hindsight will tell whether
that's been my it's not the concern of them playing 3 or 4 games, because I think those days are gone. It's more the pitch that they played on. And they'll come here this week. They've probably got, 3 days netting here at the Perth Stadium, and the nets will be lively.
Yeah.
But it's 3 days netting
Nothing's not
enough to get you ready for what's going to happen on Friday. Time will tell.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm in the school of thought that I'd love to have seen them play a game at the Wacker, like India did last year. I think India had 8 days preparation at the Wacker. They played a 2-day game amongst themselves, but they were there for 8 days, netting on those pitches and had middle practice.
Yeah.
That's my concern for England. They've not had enough of the conditions that they're going to find here on Friday.
They've generally started tours well, haven't they? They've won I think 5 away series under Bazball. They've won a lot, all 5 first tests. But then for India last year, 2024, they started brilliantly. Ollie Pope made that amazing 100 in Hyderabad, and then by the end of the series, you're looking at a 4-1 defeat, and they faded massively. So the idea behind the way they prepare is that it should keep you fresh through the series. It's not like a 3-month tour, but yeah, as Huss says, it's all like we're going to just after time this one. We're going to have to look back and decide based on how
week,
it goes.
It's been escalated with no Cummins, no Hazelwood.
Yeah.
This feels to me it's a glaring opportunity, an opportunity that England. I think England have to take this week.
Yeah.
They have to come out and win.
Yeah, the pressure's gone on them a little bit.
I don't think England come back from going 1-0 down with Cummins and Hazelwood to come back into the series. They have to win here this week.
In 2023, England learned the hard way that you don't go 1, then 2-0 down in Ashes series. You just don't it doesn't work. You don't come back from 2-0 down in the Ashes. So, and I think they're only going to, based on what we've seen this week, what Tom's saying, Huss has been right up close at back. I think they're only going to have one game where both Cummins and Hazelwood aren't playing.
Absolutely.
The other thing too is if Australia go down, they're not going to panic. Like against India last year, it was pretty grim when they did that. And whilst externally there was crisis talks and the whole country went into meltdown when they got pumped by India that test, but internally they just said let's keep it calm and really not worry about that. And they came back to win the series 3-1. So, but they're vulnerable.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You feel the pressure's gone back on England from being sort of the underdogs. Let's go out there and see what we can do a little bit. You know what I mean? Now it's like, as you say, crucial first test.
But also England can't. I don't think England can play the whole. We're coming here as massive underdogs things, because they've been building for this tour since they got beaten here last time. They've spent 4 years building up to this moment. It's all been. They've built a bowling attack, especially for this tour. They stuck with guys like Zach Crawley. Because of all the potential that you can do on this
and
tour.
he's not getting a go.
Shoaib Bashir, they've selected a spinner, and Will Jacks to a lesser extent as well, very specifically designed for this tour. They've got to back it up now. As Tom said, they kind of one of the reasons Australian public probably thinks they like a laugh at Bazball is because England have had 3 big series, 3 kind of flagship series, 5 test series, 2 against India, 1 against Australia. They haven't won any of them. The two at home have both been 2-2. This is their last. This is the last chance for this group, this squad to get a result.
And do you think England will go all out seam?
I do. I think it all kind of hinges on the fitness of Mark Wood. These 2 training sessions, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Is he still? You still think he's in the frame?
I think he's in the mix. Yeah, just
really?
about.
Even though he's bowled 8 overs and he strolled off at Lilac Hill with a tight hammy.
Yeah, I think he's still just about in the mix. They really want to play him, I think, but in an hour's time we may know that he's not going to play. Right?
Yeah.
Then Josh Tongue would be the guy probably come in.
Tongy.
But they'll keep that Will Jacks option in mind. I think that by picking Jacks, it would put a lot of pressure on the fitness of Stokes, who also hasn't played for a long time. He last played in late July at Old Trafford when his arm looked like it was going to fall off. So Yeah, there's so many unknowns about this bowling attack. You say, weirdly, we've actually got to the point where Jofra Archer's one of them like most reliable fitness-wise bowlers.
Well, he played two test matches in 2 years.
That's longer than that. Yeah.
That's
It's
not a great
extraordinary.
shout. No. Dennis Lenny bowled us out at Lilac Hill. He was about 65. He got fourfer. He got fourfer at Lilac Hill.
I bet you've been to Lilac and abused England players in the past.
No.
You would have chirped a bit.
The festival match that we used to play at,
Yeah.
to start the tour, the touring team
Great
would come
fun.
in, they packed it out,
Yeah.
put up these temporary stands, about 10,000. It was always a great
The
day.
tour,
was a good
your
day.
tour, didn't David Hooks was about 50 and he whacked England.
I think
Doug Waters
might
got
have
fourfer.
Yeah.
I think he got
Doug Waters got fourfer against us at Albury Wood Dog. Is it Albury?
What was your line in the week about preparation games? You said you used to play the Fire 11, Police 11.
We used to play every Shield side. Ballarat, Port Pirie, Geraldton, is it?
Yeah.
We used to play everywhere
Toowoomba.
and one sod all. So that's, why not do it this way? Have a little net and then go and have a whack.
Yeah. Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Let's get into the conditions here in Perth, Huss, local lad. But
Yes.
I don't know if you've watched Stick to Cricket, but we have our batting expert, which is Phil Tufnell.
I've
Now,
got a
Phil,
batting.
Yeah,
I think you
really?
can get into your zone. We
Yeah.
haven't got your bat; it'll arrive on tour at some stage. Batting here in Perth, Phil, there'll be a bit of extra bounce.
Yeah.
Can you give the England players, in particular, who haven't played too much against the bouncing ball here in Perth, some advice?
Well, what I can remember from playing under Wacker when I was there, all our boys, English, high elbow, off the back foot, looking to punch it that way. A little bit like Joe Root, perhaps. That's his sort of onion, isn't it? Bang, like that. Cork third slip, cork gully. Play it with the crossbat, Mike. Got to play it with the crossbat. Hit it on the head. Pulls in front of square. And you said, which I didn't quite understand, was the 45-degree angle cover drive. Is
I
that?
don't like the
No,
high
don't like the
elbow.
poking. No, don't
because
like
if
the
it bounces,
poking.
you just.
Yeah, lots there.
I would say that drive early is and
Put it
we'll
away.
get the expert. Huss.
Come on, Huss.
I would
Come on,
say-
Huss. Now we've got a
I would
proper bloke who's
say
played
it's
in
quite a
Perth.
risk here in Perth with the
Come on,
extra
mate.
bit of bounce.
There you go. There's your back.
Right-hander.
There you go. Cheers.
In Perth here or over there, yeah, if you're trying to drive on the up,
Forget it.
it's a low percentage shot. That's going to bring slips into play. Quite a few of the English guys like doing that, so that could be a problem.
Crawley.
And yeah, that's why Joe Root hasn't scored 100 yet in Australian conditions. I'm not saying he won't, because I think he will, but that he loves that little run to third man or that little punch off the back foot. Again, with the extra pace and bounce, that is low percentage here in Perth and Brisbane and Adelaide for that matter as well. So I think it's just hard because if it's your natural instinct, you see it, you just sort of play it. But got to be sort of patient early. Once you get in and get set and get used to the pace, then you can start to force. But Tuffers is actually right.
What do you mean, actually?
The cuts and the pulls are the way to go here. And then that's when you'll get the really full ball, and that's when you can just punch
Yeah.
down the
Huss, dare I say that
Beautifully done.
England may just kind of go against the grain of their natural kind of want
I don't
and
think
try and leave a few early.
Well, I think-
would you say that's probably the best way? Leave well in Perth early, then you earn the right to come a little bit later.
Well, I think so, but I mean that's not the way they're going to go about it. What is the stat going around about Duckett? He's
43 leaves in his career.
his whole career.
career.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
So I
enjoyed
can't
this week.
see-
I enjoyed this week. Travis Head saying they would meow at each other when they let a ball go.
Really?
Is that what they're going to do?
That's what they have done in the past.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that.
I didn't know that.
So I think some players that have had some success go the other way. They just go even harder with the extra pace and
Try and
bounce.
get it
And
over.
if you get something on it, it just flies over the slips, So there's two trains of thought. You've got to get through the tough period while it's bouncing and moving around a bit, or you just go harder. And I get the feeling of some of the English guys will just go,
that's the
like
way
Travis Head, he'll just go harder.
Yeah, there you go. And he's done.
Do you want some stats?
Go on, let's have
here
a
in
stat
Perth?
attack. Stat attack, mate.
And I know the Wacker has been the ground, and it's a similar pitch. So since 1970
Yeah.
to 2017, 14 tests. England have won 1. Lost 10, drawn 3.
Right.
So
It's not great, that.
No, we're going to have to do something as an England side that's only been done once since 1970.
1970.
Yeah, we're going back a long period of time.
I was 4.
But the one hope I give them, the one hope I give them is India last year here.
Yes.
India played great here.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And they had Bumrah though.
How did they?
Who's going to be
How did
England's
they,
Bumrah?
what runs did they get here, India?
Kohli got 100 in the second dig.
Yeah.
Jaiswal?
Well, he plays.
Jaiswal batted beautifully.
Jaiswal did. He would have gone after
There were
it.
17 wickets on day one.
What's there?
They batted very well in their second innings, didn't they? They batted. Jaiswal batted a majority of the day. Kohli batted a long time, and
Hazelwood injured from memory.
Hazelwood injured. So yeah, so they really sort of wore Australia down in the second innings.
Do you guys get nervous? I mean, as an ex-player, I get really excited about commentating and broadcasting on the Ashes, so it's an excitement. Do you ever get
Not nervous.
Not nervous. Are you the same? Like
We've been waiting.
ready to write your articles? Is it like right? Here we go.
Handwritten, just good to go, just warming up the wrist.
Do you like sharpen your come on?
Sharpen a pencil, yeah. No, just really excited. We've been waiting for this tour for so long. I feel like we've been talking about it. Even England had a mega series against India of summer, and a lot of the undertones were about the Ashes, which
Forgotten about
doesn't
that.
reflect maybe that well on English cricket overall, but we're so obsessed with this, but we are.
But and also in journalism, you can kind of see where it's going to go in a way. The stories. If you got a crystal ball that you can look into and think in 2 or 3 weeks' time, that's what you'll be writing.
I think one of the reasons this series is so exciting, I don't know what Tom thinks, but this feels to me like bit of an end of an era in the Ashes. So you look at guys like Steve Smith, Usman Khawaja, they played in the 2010-11 Ashes.
Oh, yeah.
Played that long ago.
It's good omens.
Joe Root and Ben Stokes were here in 13-14. Mark Wood played in 15. Loads of these players from both sides have been around for a really long time, and it feels like, especially the Australian side, are coming to the end. But a lot of big figure English players, Joe Root and Ben Stokes have only won. They haven't won the Ashes since 2015. England haven't won the Ashes since 2015. That feels like that's a long time, isn't it? That Australia have held the Ashes, and I feel like this is it's England's last opportunity. Yeah, Australia have dominated that era of the Ashes, and I feel like it feels like the closing of a chapter. I don't know what the result will be, but whatever happens, by the time 2027 comes around, both teams will look quite different, and that really excites me.
All I'd say is I know Aussie player in this side has won an Ashes in England, and that drives them immensely. Like Pat Cummins, I think, will stick around for that. I'm not sure about the bowlers, but there'll be boys in that side who, it kills them that they didn't win those 2 recent series over there in the UK.
Tom, will Usman Khawaja still be in the Aussie team by Sydney?
I don't think so.
Really?
I know for a fact that after 2 tests, they'll reassess. I hope Usman does make runs, but yeah, he turns 39 in a month today. History shows that is very hard to make runs at 39. He's made 1 score over 90 in his last 44 test innings. That's a pretty sizable package there. So we'll
Do you
see.
think the Aussies made a mistake by taking him to Sri Lanka? So after the Indian series, they went to Sri Lanka, 2 test matches. Constance went on that trip but didn't play. They put head to the top of the order.
I think they made
that was a mistake.
I think they made a mistake by not picking Sam. Uzi got to double 100, and good luck to him there. And he's very good in spinning conditions. I think you play him every day of the week. But you're never going to get a situation where World Test champ points don't matter because they'd already qualified for the final. Like they were 2 free hit tests there where they could have played Sam Constance. You never know. He makes hundreds there. He might be playing here, but he's completely out of whack at the moment. But yeah.
Is there any players out there in Australian cricket that we might see in this series that we don't know a great deal about? I mean, I heard a whisper. Jai Richardson's playing against the Lions, isn't he, at Lilac Hill?
He's class.
He's been out for a long time with his shoulder, but they've been just quietly working him back to full fitness. He's lost about 10 kilos, got himself really fit, and from all reports, he's got that hunger. Like the sort of about 4 or 5 years of his career have gone. He burst onto the scene a little bit, and suddenly it's like, oh, I'm 27 now. This is getting away from me quick. So he's worked really hard to get himself back. They've just been slowly preparing him behind the closed doors. And I think about mid-series, depending on how injuries are going and things like that, he might be someone that could just sneak under the radar and come in. Such a skillful bowler.
And so just say Usman fails the first 2 test matches, who would come in? I've actually been speaking about Mitchell Marsh for a while.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be too late by the time
I think he might be training here this week.
Renshaw? Is that
It'll be
right?
Renshaw, in my view.
Renshaw.
Yeah.
So he came back into the white ball. I thought when they brought him into the white ball squad, I presumed that they were going to open with him in the test just to get him back into the ranks.
Well, it's interesting that Renshaw got 150 after missing out on the test squad, and Weatherwood, I think, made 20 and 30. So they picked it a week early. And if they picked that after the 4 Shield games.
Just over the road as well.
Yeah. Campbell Kellaway from Victoria, being whispered about. I know Ed Cowan likes him. There's a few guys who are liking what he's done. Got a 50 against a test attack the other week.
Still needs a bit more time in Shield cricket, I think. A bit like Constance, just let him play some Shield cricket, score plenty of runs, learn the game a little bit more, and then we can bring him in like You know, there's plenty of time.
It's like that's the opposite of England.
Well, that's what I was
They
gonna
just
say,
like
yeah.
get them out of county cricket,
Yeah.
whatever they can to stop them playing county
But it's
cricket.
funny, you did make your international debut till you were 28. Is that right?
One day it's 28.
28 and 30.
Test match, 30, yeah.
So
What have you been doing?
yeah,
What did you?
it's quite a hard team to get
He
into.
scored 50. It was a hard team.
about 15,000 first-class runs before you played Test cricket. 15,000.
Jesus,
Scoring,
it's a lot.
yeah, flaying county attacks.
In English cricket, you only have to get 15.
Yeah. You've just got to look right. You've just got to look right.
Yeah,
You've got to look tall.
Well, that's an interesting point. Like, so Bethel's an interesting one. Like, obviously highly regarded, great talent, you know, but he hasn't scored a lot of county runs, has he?
He hasn't got a
County
first class
100.
He's got 100 in his
One day.
professional career against South African one-day cricket.
And there's talk that he could bat, if
Yeah.
Billy Pope doesn't go so well, he could bat 3 in an Ashes series, which is it's a big call, a lot of pressure on a young guy.
Just on Ollie Pope, Phil, you gave a demo
Yeah.
back home at Stick to Cricket in the studios with your bat, where you talk
Falling
about his
over.
head.
Yeah.
I know
Skittish.
it's only Lilac Hill,
Yeah. Is that how we got?
but I saw a different technical Ollie Pope.
okay. Who's been doing that?
Hands in a lot tighter,
Yeah.
so his head was more over off stump.
In the
That left
box.
foot that used to fall over to the offside, which his head would follow because his hands would go with it.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit more compact.
Tight.
Looks tighter. So that ball just outside off stump for Ollie with that technique now becomes width, which is his strength.
Well,
So I saw some good. I mean, Junior War on a podcast I listened to this week basically said England have got. What did they say? Well,
he said he rates it being team quite highly, but he did. I think the quote was Ollie Pope won't score a run.
so
I
so we've
think
had.
Eagles will a run. but
So
we'll
Mark
see.
Moore has said, number 3 won't score. I did notice Rodney Hogg, I think, has
Oh,
said that.
God.
The weak link
The
for
weak
England is
link.
Joe Root.
I'm not sure I can agree with that one.
second highest run scorer ever.
Yeah.
Well, if he's our weak link, we're in good shape.
Stick to Cricket is brought to you by Betfair. Right, let's finish with some community questions.
All right, here we go.
Community questions
Yeah.
for all of you. Here we go, this is good.
Yeah.
What single piece of advice would you give to both captains ahead of the first test starting on Friday? Let's start with you, Tom. What are you going to say to well, Steve, go on then, Will.
Don't declare on day one.
Couldn't agree more. What the
done,
bloody
yeah.
hell were we doing there?
Crikey, yeah.
Jesus.
Win the toss and bat first.
Oh, yes,
That's
yes.
interesting because
We
Stokes'
won't.
instinct
We
will be,
won't.
especially
Yeah.
when he sees.
England like the chase.
They do.
I actually think sometimes England, when they bat first, get confused.
What's
Not
that?
quite sure.
They
They're
don't know whether...
not quite. No, they're not quite sure how to play it. When they see a number on the score.
Oh, yeah, love it, yeah.
Of all the teams that I've seen play Test cricket,
Yeah, they like it.
They look confident when they chase down. And in India had 3-7.
3-7-8.
They've done
Never looked like
India
that.
at Edgbaston in that one.
Even
game.
in that game in the summer where Wokes came out, they only fell 6 runs short with 10 men of chasing 3-6-5 something like that.
Yeah.
So they're a good chasing
Difficult
side.
pitches
But
over here.
this pitch will crack up,
Yeah.
and it gets treacherous to bat on the longer the Test match
I
goes.
just remember that game in 17,
Nice.
the last England Test of the Wacker where James Vince, that huge crack, and Mitchell start from round the wicket, basic bowler. Yeah, just hit the crack.
Tom, advice for Steve Smith or Ben Stokes?
Who am I to say? But don't overcomplicate it for Steve Smith. Like sometimes when he's captaining, he wants to do a lot and move the pieces around a lot. And clearly he averages more when he's captaining as well than when he does as not. So he's fine. And I'm not here to give Stokes advice either, clearly, but he did average 70 with the ball last time in Australia and 20 with the bat. So I think he's a bit of a watch as well.
I think Stokes, he was just coming off his 7-iron there a little bit. I reckon just needs to stay over it a little bit more.
I'm so sure. I saw that goal swing yesterday. I thought he looked immaculate. I thought he
Who's
looked
Stokes' swing?
a bit like Phil Mickelson.
Yeah. Is he 140 to go? Is he using? What's he using?
He uses, I think he's punching wind. He's punching an 8-iron into, and if it's with, he's probably just hitting a wedge. He's got all the skills. He can fade and draw. What's your advice, Phil?
God knows, Mike. I don't know. The toss and bat.
Thank you, Phil. There you go.
Right.
For you Aussies, tips for surviving Australia as an English person.
Just lock yourself in your hotel room and you should be fine.
Yeah.
All right, let's knock yourself away.
Lots of things begin with an S over here that can kill you.
Plenty.
Sharks,
Yeah.
spiders,
Snakes.
snakes,
Plenty.
Steve Smith, and salties, saltwater crocodile. Watch the S's. Watch the S's.
Watch the S's. Have you been to Rottnest?
No, I haven't. No, I have seen
Have you?
it.
Oh, I love Rottnest.
Never
Big
been.
gerbil.
Oh, the what?
Massive
They're not
gerbil.
gerbils. They're quackers, mate. They're quackers.
Don't say that here.
Gerbil, I'm going to show you the gerbils.
They're massive hamsters. Massive hamsters.
I mean, Huss, I think me and you.
Yeah, we've got one. We've got a selfie, haven't we?
Who are you?
What are they? Quackers?
Quackers, native to Rottnest.
Yeah, I'm sure me and the Huss, we had a good day there last year, didn't we?
He was the typical Englishman. He sitting out in the sun. He had his shirt rolled up. You know, he had his shorts up, and he had his big thing of
They're
prawns.
nice. They're nice. It's a massive hamster.
I can tell you, it's definitely not a gerbil. Okay.
Oh, I'm sure I got one of you, Huss. Definitely. We're at the pub's great, isn't it?
Yeah,
over there?
lovely, lovely.
Yeah, so when England win in 3 days,
We can go.
yeah, we can get on the
Golf or
get on the
Rottnest?
ferry.
Golf or Rottnest?
I reckon you can do both.
You can play golf at Rottnest if you want. Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
there is a course. Yeah.
There's a little course there.
I saw a brown snake on the road there.
Yeah.
Brown snake?
You'll
Yeah,
see
brown
plenty
one,
of snakes
yeah.
over there.
Kill you.
Yeah, well, I was on a bike, thankfully. I'm
like
sure
that.
I had you with last year with a selfie with a quacker.
With a quacker.
Right, we'll finish off. What's going to happen this week? Let's go. I think England win here this week.
England win.
I think they'll get it done.
Yeah, I do.
I fancy them.
Yeah.
If it's a one shot.
No, I'm backing Australia in, to be honest. I think it's going to be exciting, though. What I'm looking forward to is watching how the Aussie batters handle the pace and bounce that England is going to hit them. How they're going to handle the short stuff, how they're going to handle. I'm glad I'm not 20 yards away, 22 yards away playing it. But
Will they
setting up-
take it? Will they take it on?
I think some will and some won't, and it might depend on the situation of the game. I don't think they'll be reckless. No, I think it'll depend on how they're feeling and the situation of the game.
And obviously, you've been in they're a confident bunch.
Yeah, they're pretty confident. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's definitely question marks. Like, no Pat Cummins is a huge loss. Like, he's the number one. Well, they've got Boomerang, but then there's Pat Cummins. He's the captain of the team.
Yeah.
Makes handy runs as well. He's a calm influence around the group. He is here with the team, but he's that's an enormous loss. And I think the Aussies will be nervous coming into it because losing both him and Hazelwood for the first test is it's a big loss.
Tom?
I think if England win the toss and bat, I think they'll win the test. I think the class in their top order, like it will click at some point. I think Joe Root scoring 100 first innings here is a great bet. I think he'll just do that off the top, knock it off and go from there. How he goes for the rest of the series, I'm not sure. But if Australia get the advantage and bat first and the deck's not a green mamba, which it's not at the moment, I think they'll be okay.
The other one I'm looking forward to watching is Harry Brook.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's obviously, he's a gun. Like, and he's scored so many runs all around the world. This is the one place that he hasn't scored runs. And I know it'll be in the back of his mind. I was lucky enough to work with the England T20 team at the T20 World Cup. And he just, it was in his head about, the extra bounce here in Australia. So if he can get a score early in the series, that'll be enormous for his confidence. But if Australia can keep him down early, then maybe the mind games will start playing in his mind as well. So he's a massive watch for me as well. I can't wait. I love watching him bat, but he needs to score early for his own confidence.
Brilliant, guys. Thanks for coming on. Sure we'll see you throughout the series. Good luck throughout the week. Hope you scribble well. Hope you've got plenty of stories to write about. Plus, I'll see you in the commentary box.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
See you in the bar.
See you in the bar.